heavy metal band. Now, if you've been on my channel for more than 4 seconds, you probably know that's not the kind of music I normally play. So you're probably asking yourself, like, why are you playing? Excellent question. I'm getting there. Give me a sec. This is going to be my full story of going to music school, and subsequently how I ended up in this band. Alright, let's go ahead and set the stage. Picture it, if you will. The day was July 9th, and I was heading off to music business camp. That's right, there's no need for applause. No, thanks. Yeah. It was taking place at one of the colleges in the States, and I figured it could be a fun thing to try. So we arrived, I got my stuff all in my room, and the first thing I had to do was audition, which is weird, because I thought I had already paid to go to the camp, but I guess you still have to audition. The reason for that being is so they could assign you to a band later on throughout the week and get a good sense of your skill level with the instrument that you play. And I feel like I should mention, I knew that there was going to be an audition, but I had no idea what I was going to play until I actually got up there. Since we were at a pretty expensive college, I was expecting it to be some old professor doing the judging, but it turns out that it was 3 rock stars. I'm talking the long hair, the studded bracelets, the whole works, which only further perpetuated my nerves for the performance. So I got up on stage and I timidly asked if there's anything in particular that they wanted me to play. They specifically said, whatever you want. That right there was the key. That's what I needed to hear, because all the songs I play are kind of weird and out there, and knowing that I could play whatever I want was exactly what was free. So the song that I decided I would do was Straight White Gang, which I have a cover up if you want to check it out. I figured this would be a good song since it has a lot of contrast between the slower parts and the more middle sections, which are a bit more varied with the playing style. That way I could get a fuller sense of how I was doing. And so that's what I did. I played it and then I left the auditorium with very little feedback about it. We got a tour of the college, had some food, and that was the end of the first day. Monday was the first full day of camp. There would be a general music business class to start it off, and then a rotating one after that changed day from day. Then we'd go to lunch, and then there'd be 2 more classes, an audio engineering class and a songwriting class. And let me say that the songwriting class was by far the best one that they had to offer. The pure joy that the teacher had for lyrics and poetry was so infectious that you could not help but get into it. Even if you weren't interested in writing lyrics, you learned so much just from being in the room and being forced to write along. It was great. And who knows, maybe soon we'll see some of the stuff that I learned in that class. Then, after all of that, was our first band rehearsal. They announced that the theme that we would all be playing for, since there were a lot of metalheads at this camp, was Pop Goes Metal. So we go to where we're practicing in our band, and it is a very small venue, which is great because I always listen to loud music. And I didn't know this at the time, but I was definitely in the heaviest out of all the 3 bands. Great! And the first song that we started practicing was Iron Man. No, not the superhero. Quite an interesting experience for the second day. Tuesday's class was pretty much the same, not too much to mention, but something that is worth mentioning is the absolute banger food I was. Insanely tasted hot dogs with great flavor, hamburgers, and gluten-free buns for each. Yes please. Parmesan roasted carrots, broccoli, mashed potatoes. Are you kidding me, dude? Come on. The other main notable thing that happened on Tuesday was the first open mic night. This was a lot of fun because it was the first night that we got to share our musical abilities with each other and see what everyone was capable of and form bonds over it. I of course sang Sad. Only thing was, the pedal was inverted from how it normally is. So when I pushed the pedal down, it stopped sustaining the notes. I'm sure you can imagine how great it made this sound song when I'm flubbering over all the keys, nervous out of my mind up there, with a pedal that isn't even working how it's supposed to. So after I finished the song, one of the other campers came up and suggested that we do repeat stuff. And let me say, having not practiced the song, the end-time censoring that the singer was doing, and having not played the song with anyone to sing to, it created one of the most chaotic covers of the song I have ever heard. and it was great. That's pretty much it for Tuesday, except I got locked out of my room, but that's not an important fact. Not much eventful happened on Wednesday, except we did pick the second song for our band, Bad Blood by Taylor Swift featuring Kendrick Lamar. Because that's right, our band had the only rapper at the camp. And of course, we're going to take advantage of this. This song was a pretty good combination because it gave a lot for our singers to sing while also giving a pretty good rap section for our rapper. This was probably my least favorite one to do as I only got to play chords and it was on the organ. Then finished up, ate supper, and we went back and watched Megamind and just kind of vibed.
Welcome to Photo Time. This is the part of the video where we shift gears a little bit and I show you all the wacky, crazy, and I'll say it, downright zany photos I took during camp. Alright, that's all we have for photo time.
Thursday was an interesting one because we gotta go check out a professional studio. But not just any studio, no. Gaither Studio. What's that? You've never heard of Gaither Studio before? Wait, what's that you have? I can't hear, this is a video, it only goes one way. Anyways, back on track. We went there to get 4 of the campers' songs professionally recorded. And everyone who didn't get their song recorded got to sit in and watch it be recorded to see how the process went. But what actually would happen was half the campers had to go to this like weird pseudo storage room and just kind of chill there for like 3 hours. Guess which group I was in? It wasn't that bad though. We all just got to talk around the table and just kind of hang out, which was fun. We did get to go sit in for the last 10 minutes before we had to leave, which was cool. Head back, finish up a couple classes, and then it's time for the next band rehearsal. Here were the criteria that we needed for the last song. We needed something recognizable, a main piano part, since my piano hadn't been focused in any of the other songs, a rap section, and a part for the vocalist. That's quite the list, right? But man, oh man, when I say that our band leader came in clutch with this last song, it is no understatement. Came out with such an amazing find of In the End, which satisfied all those points perfectly. So we go ahead and practice that, everything goes smooth. Then there was, that's right, a pool party. I kicked off the open mic night with an absolute banger of Thomas the Tank Engine, and then even performed some Dear Evan Hansen songs with some of the campers and one of the counselors. Much fun. Friday, the big day of the concert. We'll finish up our last set of classes, head to a couple workshops, and finish up lunch. Which, may I just add, was not as great as it was at the beginning of the week. And all they had to eat was bacon bits, you know, like for a salad, and roasted corn. That's it. But thankfully, I always come prepared with a 12.5-ounce can of chicken. I feel like if this product had a slogan, it would be, smells better than it tastes, which trust me, is not saying a lot about canned chicken. Flash forward to concert time. We have a quick band meeting and figure out how everything's gonna go once we get up on stage. First band goes, and they absolutely kill it. Then, it's our turn. We go backstage, and we get ready. Everyone was a bit nervous. Palms sweaty, knees weak, arms just the right amount of weight.
You see, what I did there was something called a subversion of expectation. So you expected me to finish the line from Lose Yourself by Eminem, but instead I subverted your expectations by saying something different. That is what we call comedy.
Anyway, they call our band name 1,000 Subatomic Salmon Lizards on Fire, respectively, and we go out there and absolutely rock it. Nothing went noticeably wrong, although at one point our drummer did lose one of their drumsticks, but we recovered quickly and not noticeable mistake. But something weird was starting to happen. I think I was enjoying myself? Coming into this, I pretty much hated metal. But after practicing it so much and seeing everybody else's love for it, maybe I started to grow a little bit of an appreciation for it. Then like that, it's over. The climax of our week had just peaked into an epic comedy, and just like that, we were done. But you don't care about resolutions, you just want to know who won. Well, I'll tell you. It was the third band. While I do wish my band would have won biasly, the third band did do a pretty good job. They were very well in sync with each other and looked like they were having a lot of fun. So I can't be that mad. Everybody sat around a circle, talked about their favorite things from the week. Time to share what they enjoyed, how they've enjoyed getting to meet all these new people. So what were my thoughts on this camp? It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of things that pushed me outside my comfort zone, and it was also great to do that around so many other talented musicians. The classes were pretty good, and so was the food for the most part. And for everyone who was at that camp, thanks for sitting and talking with me, performing music with me, and helping me feel like I belong there.